Hey guys, Crystal Grace here. Welcome back to another Pick a Crock Plug reading. This one is all about the current gossip on you, what's people saying when you come up in conversation, or maybe people are just naturally starting conversations about you. So we have three piles to choose from, pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. So a quick disclaimer while you are connecting with one of these crock plugs, if a reading begins to trigger you in any way, please trust that reading is either not for you completely or simply just that message. The intentions of me doing this, and I'm pretty positive and confident in saying, the other readers on YouTube also don't sit here to put you in a negative spiral. If something is not connecting with your intuition, just simply trust it's not for you. As this is just an energy check-in. Okay, so with that said, let's jump into it. Let's find out what the current gossip is on y'all. Pile number 1, this cute little dinosaur. Welcome to your reading. So energetically, what I'm connecting with this is like a lot of you are very sweet, very innocent. I feel like you're very playful as well. Another message coming through for most of you, I think a lot of people misjudge you. I think a lot of people, I see the fool in my third eye. So I actually think people think you're a lot naive, and in fact you are not. So however you look is not how you actually are. I think people get quite blindsided to learn that you are a lot more switched on than what you may present yourself to be. So Paris Hilton's also coming through. You know how like Paris talks in that voice, like as she was, prior to her becoming famous. And I feel like I'm not saying you guys are doing that, but if you actually hear Paris's real voice, like when she's talking about very serious conversations, like it's a totally different Paris. And that's the kind of vibe I'm picking up with you guys, or at least this is sort of like maybe what people pick up from you. So I might just zoom out because I know some of you come here for the cats. And Sweetie has very pretty eyes when she looks up at the camera. All right, yeah. And then see how we got spots as well. So I feel like you guys are very different. I think spots are a representation of an indifference. So a lot of you could be very indifferent to the people around you. But there is this very soft, nurturing side to you, very playful. But when I think about a dinosaur, I think raptor or pterodactyl, and they're quite predatory dinosaurs. So I kind of feel like you guys are very soft and sweet, but like if people like try and like mess with you, I feel like you unleash the fury, a bit like a dragon breathing fire down on people is sort of the vibe I'm picking up. So that sounds like you. Cool. Let's find out. We're going to do reversals today. Let's find out what the current gossip is on pile number 1. Okay. We are using the Meryl Tarot today. Meryl Streep, if you are not sure who Meryl is. All right, your overall energy is the 7 of Pentacles. Pretty positive. Might use that as an energy check-in. We'll see what comes through. We have the Fool. This is why I like to shuffle on camera so you guys can see I don't make shit up. There's that naivety energy, right? I'll just put this up like this because the cat's tush is right there. All right. Just a couple of shout outs on astro placements. I know you guys like that. Obviously 7 of Pentacles is linked with Saturn in Taurus. We have Aquarius energy with the Fool. Knight of Swords is linked with I think Capricorn and Aquarius. We do have a lot of Swords energy here, so there is definitely something about your communication style, your mental clarity as well. But yeah, the Fool is Aquarius. 8 of Swords is linked with Jupiter in Gemini. Four of Pentacles is Sun in Capricorn, and Queen of Swords is Virgo and Libra. Okay, so Seven of Pentacles, overall energy here. I guess, you know, like for me, the Seven of Pentacles is somebody who works really hard, is putting in the effort and watching the fruit of their labor advance. So I feel like overall, like the gossip on you at the moment is fairly positive, I think. Or another way we can look at the Seven of Pentacles in regards to the gossip sector is like, maybe people are planting seeds of doubt, or maybe people are planting seeds of, the opposite of doubt, like positive reinforcement in regards to when they're talking about you. So for some of you, this gossip, the fact that Seven of Pentacles is a highly positive card in my eyes, like if you're working hard towards something, you're always going to see the fruit of your labor. So I feel genuinely confident in saying that the gossip currently on you guys is fairly positive. Obviously with that naivety energy and the Eight of Swords here can sort of indicate some sort of negative energy, and the Four of Pentacles will get there. But I think a lot of you could be working quite hard on yourself at this time, or you're working on some kind of career development, and you probably don't even have time for gossip. To be honest, it's probably a bit weird that you're even watching a video like this, because with the Seven of Pentacles, if I was going to look at that as an energy check-in, like you guys are simply focused on you and you alone at this time. You could be in a relationship, but I kind of feel like for a lot of you with that full energy, you're probably just out and about doing what you want when you want. So yeah, moving into the cards. So let's just start with the Knight of Swords. It's a bit of OCD there. Some of you could have OCD. But yeah, the Knight of Swords, I guess, and with the Queen of Swords, is kind of reiterating the fact that I think once people realize you are not as naive as you seem, I think the gossip on you is that people could be saying that pile one presents themselves to be quite like, you know, clueless, maybe not that intelligent, but in fact, pile one is highly intelligent. You know, they're investing their time and energy on something that is showing a lot of rewards or success, or it looks like it's going to. But with the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords here, guys, people are definitely talking about your intelligence, okay? So I feel like the gossip on you at the moment is you're a person who does have strong beliefs. You could be very opinionated with that Knight of Swords. They could be talking about how focused you are on your ambitions or success at this time, flicking it back to the Seven of Pentacles. You could have a very direct approach people could be talking about, and we see that with the Queen of Swords. So I would have to say current gossip would be, and just sort of jumping over to the Queen of Swords while we're here, is that you're very honest and direct in your communication. You're a quick thinker. Your perspective on life could be very black and white. Like there is no room for gray area. You're either wrong or you're right. Like, and that's sort of the vibe, I think. And thinking about the Knight of Swords and energy that connects with this card is somebody being highly opinionated. I feel like the gossip on you is like once pile one makes their mind up, like you can't change their opinion. You know, they're very... what's the word? Very true to who they are and what they bring to the table is what I feel with the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords here. On a romantic level, if there's any gossip here, like I feel like a lot of people could be talking about any commitment issues you may have, or maybe your partner has. If you do have one. But Knight of Swords talks about somebody getting very bored quickly and very easily in relationships. So they have a tendency to sort of move on from the next person quite quickly. They sort of in and out of people's lives until they try and find the right partner. And again, this is backed up by Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is somebody who is very loving and loyal, but they have a very intimidating exterior. And I would say there's some sort of gossip surrounding that. Like, yeah, pile one looks kind of scary, but they're actually quite loving and loyal, which is basically the opposite of that original energy. So it could be the other way around. Like, people see you on the outside is loving and loyal, but on the inside you are quite intimidating if you provoke you to bring out that inner beast, so to speak. But I definitely feel like with the Queen of Swords here, there could be gossip around you looking for a very loving and loyal partner, but somebody who also is very, intimidating and confident, and like intimidating in a positive manner. But somebody who is strong is going to make you feel safe and loved at the same time, right? I feel like there is gossip surrounding your constructive, objective views on this world. So I don't know if you've maybe been out there sort of voicing your opinions and whatnot, but I feel like people could be gossiping about your way of life, your views on life, like that perspective aspect, morals, values, etc. So yeah, the Fool we've already touched on, guys. Like, I definitely feel like this is reiterating the fact that people, may see you as maybe talking about you kind of being a bit naive at times. They could be talking about any sort of reckless behavior if you have participated in any of that of recent. They might even see you as somebody who's quite careless when it comes to connections as well. Like, you sort of, maybe you chew them up and spit them out is what some people could be talking about. Like, you move on from connection to connection because people naturally bore you here, and you're not afraid to just sort of, jump off the deep, like go off the deep end, in order for your own happiness or something along the lines of that. You could be easily distracted is what some people could be talking about. And it could stem from, you have a very adventurous, free-spirited soul. So people could be talking about how, easily distracted you are. And, if these people are people who have never traveled or never left, their hometown, I would say like they would be trying to put this aspect of your nature down and maybe calling you like stupid in the sense, or foolish. The fact that you're not trying to settle down and maybe start a family, you're just out and about doing whatever you want, whoever you want, whenever you want. Now the Eight of Swords sort of tells me people could be gossiping about some kind of I don't know if it's some kind of restriction or like sense of entrapment for you. If you could have been in a relationship that made you feel suffocated or smothered, people could be talking about that. I definitely feel like when I think about the Eight of Swords in a reversal position, it talks about freedom and a survivor, but an empowered survivor. So people could be gossiping about like how you have been a victim before, where you felt like you were powerless. Maybe you were paralyzed emotionally, and people could be sort of gossiping about something that created a significant dilemma in your life, maybe even a tower moment here. And you are kind of going through the motions of releasing and taking control and taking your power back from that situation. So if you have shared anything sort of deep and meaningful with anyone, I would say there's some sort of gossip surrounding that. Look, gossip doesn't necessarily have to be negative. And again, let's go back to the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like people are somewhat more speaking about you in a positive light than a negative for that card to be ruling the energy of your read. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles, right, would tell me there could be gossip surrounding your stability and your security. So if you're well established, I would say there's people talking about this. And on the flip side, they could be talking or gossiping about some level of possessiveness. Now, you could be very possessive of material items, or you could be possessive of your partners. People could be gossiping about your level of jealousy here. They could be gossiping about how you hold grudges from the past. Maybe you don't forgive, or maybe you forgive, but you don't forget. I feel like for this pile with the Four of Pentacles coming out, people could be talking about how you've cut them off. after they've made you feel entrapped. Like people could be talking about a time that they took action towards you because of your free-spirited nature. You were very trusting and maybe naive of their intentions. And then next minute you were like, head over heels for somebody, and then you either became possessive and jealous of them, or it was the other way around. But I feel like you cut people off, and I think that's what people are gossiping about with the Queen of Swords coming out. You are a person, once you see somebody's true intentions, you don't stick around. Like you move it on, like you keep it moving. So I feel like there is gossip for a lot of you that once they've done, like they talk about once they've done wrong by you, you cut them off, and you cut them off pretty brutally. Queen of Swords is a very cutthroat energy. Like they take no bullshit. So if people sort of keep coming for you, that's when you will stand up. But I feel like a lot of you just sort of mind your business, stay in your own lane here. But yeah, if people keep sort of provoking you, I think that's when that Queen of Swords energy comes out. So that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we have Game On PlayStation, or it could be Microsoft Xbox. So some of you could be gamers here. You might play mobile game apps. Game On could be the fact that you have recently started some kind of feud with somebody. I do pick up playful energy, but I feel like you guys are very like in your power at the moment of not taking any like crap from anyone. Like if people want to start you, you're willing to like put up a fight. Like you're not willing to sort of sit back and allow people to maybe run game on you or talk smack about you. I feel like a lot of you are taking proactive action to put people in their place is sort of the vibe I'm picking up with this pile. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. That'll leave a resonator, it won't. So I will pull your cards, show us what the gossip is on pile number 2. So this is the Meryl Tarot deck. So Meryl Streep, if you are wondering. 3 of Swords. Oof. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, fuck me, Ace of Pentacles, sorry for the swearing, 5 of Wands, 10 of Cups, Jesus. Before we jump into the read, I'll just yell out some astro placements. So we have Libra with the 3 of Swords, or Saturn in Libra. One's always disconnected with the element. So we have Ace of Wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We then have air elements, so Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini with the Ace of Swords. Earth energy with the Ace of Pentacles, so Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. 5 of Wands is, I think, Saturn in Leo, and 10 of Cups is Mars in Pisces. All right, so thinking about the 3 of Swords, like I feel like coming back to this Game On energy and the 3 of Swords, I kind of feel like heartbreak is apparent for a lot of you who have picked this pile. Like I see the bottom card being another form of energy check-in with the piles. So I would say if none of you are going through any sort of like sorrow or loss or trauma, it's probably not your pile. Or if you still feel like it is your pile, I would say you're a person who has endured a lot of heartbreak, loss, especially when it comes to romantic suitors. Like I have this funny feeling, like a lot of you, there could be gossip around the amount of competition you've had when it comes to your love life, like you trying to prove your points, your intellect, and then your career as well with the 5 of Wands here. I feel like there's a lot of gossip surrounding how you've had a lot of people try and steal your happiness, is what I pick up mainly for this pile. Like, there are people talking about maybe how they made you compete for their love. They made you compete against their, like, they didn't agree with what you had to say. So instead of just taking ownership of that, they try and put you down and steal your 10 of Cups, is what I feel here. I feel like there's not a lot of people talking about you, and for a lot of you, I feel like this is more of a message to invite you to be more kind to yourself and be more positive in the fact that you haven't done anything to invoke people to compete against you and to bring you down and to create you in this Three of Swords. These people have done that because of their own insecurities, because of their own loss, because of their own grief, okay? Just trust the fact that when people are trying to steal your happiness, it's because you have stuff that they will never have, or at least they think they'll never have. Like, you have stuff going on for you, like you're highly sexual, you're very attractive, you're highly intelligent, you're very career focused, or you're very abundant or have a lot of prosperity. And this creates a lot of competition, a lot of jealousy around you. People try and fight you and bring you down solely on the basis that you have all these beautiful aces here, pile number 2. People, it's a very toxic environment. It's a very toxic life lesson you are currently learning, or you have learned. But I feel like people, when they're talking about gossip here, they're talking about competing against you, or people competing against you to try and steal your happiness away. So it's interesting that this is a talking point, that people are actively talking about it. So maybe some of you wanted to know, are people actually talking about the hurt that they've, inflicted on you, and like created for you because they were jealous of you? Yeah, they are 100%. I feel like people are gossiping in the sense of the Ace of Wands. They're gossiping about how, after having sex with you, they may have ghosted you. They pretended that like they weren't into you. They had other options here with the Five of Wands, and that they chose somebody else. I think with the Ace of Swords, I feel like people are talking about how they always like to, poke the bear with you on regards to your intelligence. So I feel like there is gossip surrounding, for some of you, people are talking about how they try and put you off your path in what you think, because you are highly intelligent here. So I think a lot of people try and confuse you with your knowledge, because there is a sense of inferior here. So I don't know if these people are the people who have done this to you, gossiping, or you needed confirmation that, people only, people go out of their way to create confusion with what you believe and what you think, and your intelligence, because you're an inferior to them. So by them trying to get you to second guess yourself, I feel like a lot of you have a lot of people trying to get you to second guess yourself, like question your actions, your behavior, what you're doing, even in your body as well. I think a lot of you are highly attractive. I see Queen of Wands in my third eye. I think you have a lot going for yourself. So when you actually partner up with maybe partners or meet new friends, they get very jealous of you very quickly here, pile 2, and then they come for you in a very I feel like for a lot of you, it's very direct coming for you to steal your happiness away, is what I'm picking up here. Which is really interesting, because it's not interesting. It fucking sucks that this is going on. But at the same time, I don't ever know how a reading is going to go until it unfolds, right? But I just definitely want you to know, if this is resonating, that unfortunately, when you're this amazing, you're going to have fucking Five of Wands all the time. And it's about figuring out how to protect yourself from them trying to steal this 10 of Cups energy from you, how to protect yourself from them putting you in this Three of Swords energy, because this is really low vibrational energy. It's depression, okay, or semi-depression. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Now, what else do we have here? I feel like I'm gonna leave it there. I feel like that's the message that needs to come here today for pile 2, and I'm gonna move on to pile number 3. Sending love and light. Bye. Pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So, Hello Kitty. Some of you could be from, I don't know, the countries that love Hello Kitty. I know from memory the Philippines were pretty big with Hello Kitty. But yeah, some of you could have cats, obviously. Some of you might wear hair clips, hair pieces. Your favorite color could be pink here. I feel like a lot of you are quite petite or like just very sweet and gentle in nature. You could have just picked Hello Kitty because you like Hello Kitty, I guess. I'm not getting a lot from that, so that might be an indication there isn't a lot of gossip on you at this time. But I guess I don't really know a lot about kittens. Oh, Hello Kitty. I don't know, you could be kind of bored at the moment. Maybe there's not a lot going on in life. Like you're kind of just sort of stagnant. I'm seeing Hangman in my third eye. There could be a bit of stagnation happening in your love life, in your work life. You're kind of just sort of waiting on the wing for something to unfold here. So let's see what we've got. I don't know. I feel like you've got some maybe toxic work energy around you. I'm hearing a circus sound in my mind. So you could work in a work environment where you just feel like you're surrounded by fucking clowns. There's lots of clowns around. All right. So shout out for some astro placements. The 6 of Pentacles is Taurus, Mars in Taurus. 7 of Wands is Mars in Leo. A lot of Marsarian energy. Luna, get in here. We've got 2 of Swords. Libra, Moon in Libra. 6 of Cups is Scorpio, maybe Sun in Scorpio. Pages are just linked with the elements. So we have Cancerian, Scorpio, and Pisces energy. And then we have Leo. So there is this strong Leo energy being seen here. You don't have to be a Leo. You could be just very attractive. No, I have to go and sort my cat out. 6 of Pentacles. Now, I normally connect with 6 of Pentacles as a breadcrumbing card, but I look at the imagery here and people are giving to her more than she's giving to them. So I kind of feel like for a lot of you, why things could be kind of stagnant at this time is like maybe you've got to the point where you're like totally fed up, like you're always giving out more than what people are giving you, or maybe you are remaining in your power, setting healthy boundaries here with the 7 of Wands. In order to make a shift in the kind of people you're attracting. So a lot of you could have been a person who has been on the receiving end of a lot of breadcrumbers. So then maybe you've taken this sort of step back, creating stagnation in your romantic life, maybe at work or something like that, in order to attract people who are going to give more to you than what you have to give to them in order for them to remain in your life, something along the lines of that. But yeah, the 6 of Pentacles talks about generosity and gratitude and a lot of support and giving. So I feel like overall, like the gossip here seems somewhat positive. In the sense that, you know, people do see you in a positive light. If somebody is very supportive in your relationships, you're very kind, you're very generous, right? I feel you're also very open, or you are trying to be more open, but in a way that still allows a sense of like protection for yourself. So hopefully that just sort of helps you feel more confident whether or not this is the right pile for you. But yeah, the Seven of Wands in regards to gossip, what people could be talking about, there is this sort of boundary energy connected with the Seven of Wands, and one that talks about defending yourself. So people could be gossiping about any boundaries you've recently set with them to protect your energy. I feel like people are talking about how you're not giving your time and attention to them as much as you used to. It's really hard to reach you. You seem to be on the defense. I even feel like with the Two of Swords here, people could be talking about how you're very indecisive to say yes to plans now. Like you're not actively just saying yes to everything or doing stuff for people without thinking about the repercussions of it or how it's going to put you out. I just feel like people could be talking about this from a positive light. Like they could be saying things like, pile 3, they're not easily accessible anymore. Like they're very time constrained, or at least they perceive to be. I feel like with that Hello Kitty energy and that stagnation vibe I was picking up, people could be talking about how you've ghosted them. Like you finally have set boundaries where, you've had the final straw. Like you're not going to just keep giving out, especially to people who have created a lot of confusion and were always indecisive in regards to what they wanted. I also feel like with the Six of Cups, people could be talking about like people from your past, how it could have been romantic suitors too. They could be talking about how you attracted a lot of, like, the reason why you have these boundaries now is because you attracted a lot of people who maybe came in like the sun, but were actually very emotionally immature, and create a lot of confusion and decisiveness about, how they felt about you. These people could have been seen as soulmates is what these people are talking about. Like you thought you had met your soulmate, but in fact you just met another very emotionally immature person. I don't feel like that message will resonate with all of you, but yeah, the Seven of Wands is definitely talking about people talking about how you've put in a lot of effort in order to set healthy boundaries, to prevent finding yourself in future challenging relationships. So the Two of Swords, if I was to look at this card individually, and not in the sense of a sequence here, I would say what the gossip is with the Two of Swords is something about some kind of stalemate, which we picked that up with the Hello Kitty. I feel like people are gossiping about you being stuck in the middle of whether or not you want to be in a relationship or you want to focus on work. Some of you people could be gossiping about the fact that you do have two lovers, you're in between lovers, like you are sort of exploring your options at the moment with the Two of Swords. But yeah, there is some kind of difficult choice people are talking about. So whether or not it was something in the past or you are currently facing a difficult choice and people are gossiping about that, there is something to do with a choice here. So that will look differently for all of you. Six of Cups would sort of suggest to me people could be talking about memories they have with you, like time that they have spent with you with the Six of Cups. It's a very innocent energy. It's one that talks about comfort and sentimentality. It can also talk about healing after a breakup. So if you have broken up with anyone, people could be talking about that. They could be talking about how you are focusing on your healing at this time. They could be talking about you reconnecting with a past lover if that is evident for any of you. But Six of Cups also talks about problems occurring due to immaturity. And with the Page of Cups here, I can't help to think that there is gossip surrounding maybe your choices in your suitors. Like people could be gossiping that you settle down with very emotionally immature people here. That message is very strong. So I don't know, maybe that will resonate for a lot of you. And it's absolutely fine, Pile 3. Like I know I have fallen in love with a lot of fucking idiots, and that's okay. okay. It is what it is. We live, we learn, we move on. As long as we get back into the sun energy, that's all that really matters. But I definitely feel like the Six of Cups, people from your past are gossiping about having the time spent with you and a relationship with you. So this could be past lovers, right? I feel like your past lovers are very stuck in the past, and I think a lot of them compare their current partners to you, is what I definitely feel, especially because you are very generous, you're very giving, you always give more than what you receive, and it's very hard to find people like that in the world. And that's what I think a lot of people gossip about you, is that you are so giving, and your giving has probably led you to being burnt a lot as well. Here is what I think some people could be talking about. So yeah, the Page of Cups, yeah, I just feel like if you have dealt with relationships, people could be gossiping about, they could be younger people. If you've hooked up with younger people, they could be gossiping about that. But the Page of Cups, irrelevant to relationships, it's a card that talks about, somebody being a dreamer, somebody who's very focused on their inner child and bringing a lot of happiness to their inner child because of, maybe their upbringing. I also feel people could be gossiping about some kind of creative endeavor you have, you are moving or working on, but you are very sensitive, and I think you're very emotionally attuned. You probably have a very high emotional intelligence here, and people could be talking about that. But there is this very innocent energy about you. And I think people are gossiping about that maybe your innocence is why you attract like douchebags. And also the sun here, like the sun would tell me, people who are gossiping about the fact that you are this very happy-go-lucky kind of person, you seem to attract low vibrational energy here with the Page of Cups there. If you are in a newfound relationship, I feel like people are gossiping about the appreciation of your person. I think people could be gossiping about the progression and the excitement in your love life if you are dating anyone, or your date, the person you are dating, could be talking about this. Either way, I think you have a lot of happy news around you, given the sun has come out with the Page of Cups. I think back to that comment about being in a workplace with clowns, I feel like some of you, there could be gossip around you receiving some happy news having to do with your work. So I don't know, maybe it's got to do with your creative project, or it could have something to do with your career and finances. People could be gossiping about your career and finances, but in a happy light, I would say, with the Sun card there. And then to close out your reading, we have the Sun. I guess, like, look, it's the happiest card on the planet, guys. So I would just have to say people might talk about, or could be gossiping about, your level of freedom or your positivity here. You are very successful in the eyes of these people, and I feel like you're very optimistic. So people are gossiping about your happiness, like how you live a very honest and truthful life. And again, that's the sort of person that the Six of Pentacles represents, right? It's somebody who's very generous, very giving. I'll give you my shirt off my back if it means you're not going to be like cold or starving, whatever. I feel like people are very much talking about you in a very positive light. If you are on the road to some sort of financial abundance, they are talking about that. But you are going to be very successful is what these people are talking about. And I feel like they're also talking about big opportunities coming your way because you are so optimistic, because you are so positive. And I think a lot of you might work with magic here or spell work. People could be talking about that. But you are gossiped about you being a very joyous, harmonious individual. You're somebody who's always seeking fulfillment, like happiness. And because of that, you live a very happy lifestyle is what I feel they are talking about. So that is all I have for you. I hope you found that message well. I'll see you next time. Bye.